All right. So, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. And I feel like for the first part of this, just everybody get situated, make sure you have some water, something comfortable like a blanket or sweatshirt in case you get cold. And of course, always, I love to bring my favorite pen of the moment and my favorite notebook of the moment for which to write things down. And I kind of want to just take a few moments here. And as always, this is a sacred container. It's a container of unity, of non separation. Everyone is welcome here at whatever capacity that you would like to be here. So you can simply have your camera off and listen to me. You can kind of just feel into your own body and let my words float on the outside of that. Or you can follow along. And when you follow along, I'm going to paint the visualization experience that I am enjoying, and you're welcome to enjoy it with me. But please remember that your experience is your own and it's distinct. And so, whatever you're seeing, whatever all of your senses are picking up on, is especially for you. So, there are no rules except to be yourself. And as we are each our own individuals in integrity, we allow for everyone else to also be exactly who they are. That is what I mean by a safe space. All right, so we're going to get started. I think the first thing I want to do is kind of just like ground into this now moment energy before we kind of get into a visualization. So, however, this feels good to you, I just like to move my body around. So, like my toes, my ankles, maybe flex my calves, maybe even touch my calves with my hands. A lot of us can really get a lot of energy accumulating around our knees, behind our knees, and in our calves, especially if we're constantly working with clients or kind of if you have that empath like therapist energy where you'll meet a stranger and they'll tell you their whole life story. And sometimes we don't realize that we're transmuting things, and we just want to make sure that we let this energy that might get clustered around our calves and around our knees and anywhere really if you feel it anywhere else. So maybe just kind of sense those areas with your hands, all the receptors on your hands. But just mostly, I want you to picture you filling up your body with your own energy. So, whatever that looks like, maybe you're seeing it as like the red Kool Aid man smashing into your toes and just filling up your body from your toes all the way up. And then maybe as you kind of dance with that particular energy, whatever that feels like. I like the energy of Kool Aid because it feels very much like that whole mantra of like I don't drink the Kool-Aid, I make my own or something like this, like where you're completely authentic in spaces. Fill your body up with that. Fill up every single toe, every part of your foot, your heels. And again, making sure that if there's any areas where you have physical sensations of any kind, whether it's pain or tingling, whatever it might be, somewhere that's calling for your energy to focus, you can go ahead and just, place your hands on that space and tell the energy that it's okay to move, because that's what we're doing right now is we're moving all of this energy around our body, letting it be free, filling up our physical vehicle with our own authentic energy. And we'll just spend some time here doing this. I feel for me that it's coming up near my knees and behind my knees. It's almost like now the little Kool-Aid man is kind of just like running around, like saying, like, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's get moving. Like, get moving. Let's fill up our body with our own energy, which not only is really reinforcing who we are, but it's also kind of like picking out any dead weight because we pick up dead weight sometimes. And it's no harm um, from wherever it was received from. It's nothing like that. It's just the way it goes sometimes. That's how energy moves. And so we say, hey, I see you. I acknowledge you. Thank you for your service. But it's time for you to be free, just as all the energy in my body is free to be me. And we want to fill up every single part of our physical vehicle with our own dynamic, authentic, full of integrity energy. And again, taking as much time as you need for any particular spaces feel like they need a little extra help. I feel right now like the solar plexus of humanity, for lack of a better way of expressing it, is kind of at some type of a precipice. And it has everything to do with what I just kind of talked about, honing in on what your energy really is versus the dead weight. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't mean that to sound mean or anything like this, but if it's not helping you move forward, it's not helping you. And of course, yes, we can go inside of ourselves without actually going on a running marathon or anything like that. But I just mean we want to make sure that all the energy that we're harnessing, that we're working with, is our own energy. And when we go in and we do practices like this that just really fill up our whole physical body with our own energy, we don't even have to say, get out of here, dead weight, because that's just part of the deal. Because we're filling up all of our energy with our own energy. We're claiming all of our energy spaces so that nobody else or nothing else can come in and kind of claim it, because we're being dynamic, we're being intentional, we're holding our sovereignty strong and saying, this is me, this is my energy. I accept only other energies that are full of integrity, just as I am full of integrity. And whatever statements that might come forward for you, that's one that I use for myself on a regular basis. But again, just allowing our body to fill with our own authentic energy. It's not apologetic, it's free, it's dynamic, it's always tuning to a higher and higher frequency. It's always asking, what more can I do to be more self aware? What more can I do to fully embody myself and my purpose for this space and time and present place? What more can I do for my vision that I hold for the greater of humanity? So, whatever your Dharma is, whatever your soul purpose you find to be at this time, by us going in on a regular basis and reinforcing these boundaries by saying, this is my energy, I came to this earth with it, and I hold it, and I allow it to feed me. I allow it to be my energy source so that my battery never drains, because I'm always filling myself up first with my own energy before being able to provide services to others from a point of excess, if that makes sense. So we're never depleting ourselves to supply for others. We're always filling up ourselves first. And it's so easy. And the more we do it, the more it becomes second nature. And it can be so fun because you can do it, any way you want. Like today, the red Kool-Aid man came to me, and maybe something different came to anyone out there who watches this now or in the future, but it's all right. It's all perfect. It's all beautiful. I do also feel like there's a little bit of stickiness in the heart region. Um, and I think it also has everything to do with what we just talked about before, about really claiming our own power and standing in our own authenticity and sovereignty and integrity and saying, this is who I am. I will not be moved. I will not be held. I will not be pinned down. And I will not be like a pawn for things that I am not giving my consent to. So, really claiming our sovereignty and allowing all else to wash away, to go back and reform itself as it sees fit. And again, also when we're cleaning and clearing our energy in this way, we're able to provide for more space for new energy to come in. So I feel like that might be some of the stickiness in the soft area of the heart that I'm feeling. It's very much like a bittersweet goodbye, like something has ended so that something new can begin. And this can look like a bunch of different things in a physical way, but in an energetic way. It's as we continue to get lighter and lighter and lighter and expand our consciousness more and more and more, we just can't have things that weigh us down. We can't have things that are tethering us to an old timeline or to anything that really no longer resonates with our soul and where we are going in this lifetime, at least in this now moment, because it's always changing, it's always in flux. And so I feel like it has everything to do with being vulnerable, but also claiming our place of sovereignty. Vulnerability to the people places and spaces who honor this vulnerability, who honor this frequency, who are not consuming it, so to say. But it's a give and take, it's a flow of energy. Okay, so now that we're getting up towards the throat and the third eye and the crown, we can lovingly ask our crown to open. And today, what I'm feeling coming through pretty strongly in my visualization space is that golden currency of the sun, the sunlight energy that's coming in, anointing the crown, kind of like washing over our whole physical body. Not inside it, because we've just done that with the red Kool-Aid, which of course, if it feels good to you to do it inside it, that is okay. But for me, I'm feeling it really just like washing over any energetic debris that's kind of like lingering in our field, or anything that kind of says like, you have to earn your keep, you have to work to take your place on this earth, because that, from my experience, is not the true feminine energy of the earth, and is not the true feminine energy of the currency of money itself. So both of these things are feminine in nature, from my experience, and they're really calling to work with those of us who see this authentic nature of them. And so we're allowing them to co-create with us, coming through our crown and then washing over our whole energetic space and kind of diffusing any loose particles or any old kind of truths, quote unquote, that we used to hold. We used to think that something was true. And now we realize that it was there for a reason, but it's not on the frequency that we hold any longer. It's not sustainable. So whatever all of these words and phrases mean for you, just allow this golden sunlight, fiery energy of abundance. I often see it as like golden coins pouring out from the sky. And I can even hear the way that would sound, like these jingling sounds. And if you want, you can reach out and catch one, do what they do in the old cartoon movies and try to see if it's real, right? See if you can bend it with your front teeth. Maybe you smell it, maybe you taste it, maybe you push it against your skin to feel it, and go through the whole sensory buffet. Whatever it feels like for you is perfect. Whatever it looks like for you is perfect. It doesn't have to exactly match what's coming in for me. Okay, and we're just going to allow these two dynamic energies to interplay for a little bit longer. And as these guys are kind of going on their own, I want us to either connect our feet with the ground where we're sitting right now, or energetically, and place our palms, if we choose to, on our thighs, and just allow ourselves to really feel this grounding going to the center of the earth. If there are any beings that you work with on a regular basis there, you can, of course, say hi to them, see if they have anything to report. And just allow your body to ground into this earth energy, this rich, nutrient-dense soil that goes all the way down all these different layers of the earth through the fiery magma. And just really feel what that feels like. You are meant to be. You are meant to be here, or you wouldn't be here. And the earth is here to co-create with you. All right. So I think that all feels good. And then if you just want to adjust how you're sitting or laying down, just to make sure that you're perfectly comfortable, I would like for us to go into our visualization space now. However you choose to do this is beautiful and perfect for you. I always open up the portal at my heart center and I do my visualizations there. So my visualizations all come to me so I don't have to leave my body. All right. I just want us to take a few moments here and breathe. And what I'm seeing first is a very large tree with branches that make a canopy that not only cool the atmosphere where we are, And I see a bunch of us. Some of us are laying down, some of us are sitting down. I see myself as laying down on my back, my arms bent at the elbows, one hand and the other supporting my head. And I'm allowing the sun to come through the canopy of branches into my third eye, through my eyelids as I open and close them. I feel the wind in my hair, on the side of my face. And I'm simply lying here. And as I sink deeper and deeper into myself in this visualization space, I hear faintly, but ever present, the sound of a stream trickling just past where my feet are as I'm laying down on the ground, all of the backside of my body connecting with the earth's energy, nestled in the comfort and embrace of this tree that's behind me, the canvases above me, supporting the entrance of a little bit of sunlight, but not too much. The wind blowing through the leaves of the tree. Perhaps a hummingbird flies by your left ear, and you can hear her buzzing, her wings moving so fast. I see yellow butterflies, almost like they're making a word in cursive, or they're dancing as they fly to a song that only they can hear. And again, you can hear as we check in this trickling stream as it continues to flow. And we simply melt into this space, melt into this now moment in this visualization space. And the next thing is we notice a presence to the left of us. And if you choose to simply remain where you are and go with everything as it is, that's perfect. But this presence to the left of us would like to invite us on an adventure. So anyone who feels called to go on this adventure in this visualization space, simply open your eyes, sit up, and say hello to whatever this creature is that's presenting itself to you on the left side. And the creature doesn't speak to you with words, it speaks to you telepathically and also through the portal of your heart. So as you stand up to join this creature, you may shrink to be the same size as this creature. This creature may take on kind of humanistic characteristics for the portion of this energy transmission. And if you choose to go with it, that's beautiful. If you feel that you'd like something to be a little bit more logical and linear, that is also beautiful. Whatever you feel. In fact, I'm being told that it could be the number 5 that presented to you that wants to go on an adventure with you. So it can be anything. So as we stand up and choose to walk with this creature that wants to show us something, the next thing that I see is a cave that presents itself to us. And both the creature and the cave are asking for our consent to enter, our free will, sovereign consent. And if we choose to, it's letting us know that the cave is completely dark. And in fact, it seems that this cave is representing some type of cage that you feel like you have possibly been in for lifetimes. And so if you decide to go through here, just know you are safe, you are supported, and if you would like to leave the cave at any time, you simply can put both of your hands on your heart and you will go back to the original visualization space where you were laying under the tree. Everything is tranquil. So take as long as you need here to decide if you'd like to enter the cave. And I'm going to get started now. So for those of us who'd like to go in the cave, You can choose to have your creature come with you or wait outside for you. I'm also being told that you can choose to bring a lantern in the cave if you'd like to see the light, but you're being asked to deeply trust yourself and deeply trust that any shadows that you may have are simply just versions of yourself that haven't been met fully yet, that are asking to be seen and acknowledged and loved and accepted. So we're going to walk into this cave. I'm going to count to 30. When we get to 30, we will be at the middle of the cave, and that is where we will sit down in this darkness, in this silence, and we will muse on whatever it is that we would like to be free from. The musing will be a 3-minute timer, and then after that, we will go back out the other side of the cave. I'm also being told to tell you that once we get to that 30-step mark and we go into the 3-minute meditation, that after we are done with that, the other 30 paces of the cave become lighter and lighter and lighter. So for those of us who are ready, we shall begin now. 1 foot in front of the other in this safe, protected, energetic space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So now I would like for all of us to sit down. We're in the middle of the cave. Sit down. Go ahead and let your body be held up by the cave wall behind you. Feel its coldness on your shoulder bones and your back. Even through your clothes, you can feel the coldness. And it feels good. It feels honest. We're going to take 3 minutes here to simply allow whatever is asking to come forward in this space of sensory deprivation to please come forward with grace, with love, with allowing. I will be back with the sound of my voice in 3 minutes. All right. Take a few moments here to finish up if you're in the middle of anything. And in this visualization space, when you're ready, go ahead and stand up and get your feet ready to walk the next 30 paces to the end of this cave. And remember, these next 30 steps will get brighter and brighter and brighter as we get closer to the light coming from the other end. I do feel like it would be nice if anyone chooses to create some type of a lasting sentiment as we're departing this journey, so to say. The way I'm seeing it is like a basket of flowers, and with each step that we take, we sprinkle some of these flowers on our way out, kind of as a means of gratitude for this sacred space that we just held, where we were able to go so deeply into ourselves and talk to ourselves on such a level where we could completely understand whatever this version of the cage that came up for us, like what it was, why it was holding us, if it was in fact holding us, or if maybe it was even some type of a self protection mechanism. All right. And here we go, one foot in front of the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And if you feel like you'd like to turn around and say thank you, wave goodbye, or blow a kiss to that cave, go ahead. And as soon as you do so, you now notice you can't see it anymore. That frequency portal has closed. Now, when we turn back around, the next thing we are going to see is an elevator. And this is like a magic elevator as we're closing in on the last part of this visualization space. I would like for us to take one more 3-minute journey with ourselves. So wherever you're going in this elevator is one of the best memories that you have. And in fact, whatever comes to you first is exactly what it is. And it might even be a memory that you don't even know happened in this lifetime or hasn't happened as of this now moment yet. It's still a soul memory. And whatever it is and however it's coming to you, I want you to go into it with as much vulnerability and open heart as you can. Accept all of the gifts that it gives to you, all of the sensory elements. What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? All of those and beyond. Completely immerse yourself in this place for 3 minutes. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and push that elevator button. Allow those elevator doors to open and step inside. And we begin our 3 minutes now. I will be back with the sound of my voice. Right. Please enjoy the last few moments of this memory in this energetic space. And when you're ready, say goodbye, hug, embrace, tell your gratitude and appreciation for whoever it is you might have met in this memory. And then in this space, close your eyes. Slowly float back to the beginning of the visualization. Near the stream, in the tree, under the sun. And simply allow yourself to come back to this present moment. You can even picture your energetic space body pouring some type of a liquid into your now moment body and filling up all the physical space just like we did at the beginning, but in a more gentle and allowing way. Kind of like you're sitting under a very, very slow moving, tranquil waterfall. And it's just filling up your toes and your feet and your ankles and your calves and your shins, and each part of your knee, all parts of your upper legs and your buttocks, your pelvis, and your stomach, and your womb space, and your back, and your sides, and your rib cage, your chest, your shoulder blades, your shoulders, descending down and out, your arms, your underarms, your elbows, the insides of your elbows, all the way down the lower part of your arms through your wrist, and jetting out each finger. And then coming up through the neck, all parts of the head and face and ears, your chin, your lips, under your nose, your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, all parts of you. And when you feel completely ready to come back to this now moment, you can place both of your hands on your heart if you choose, and softly allow your eyes to open.